Hello and welcome back to Handheld Computing. Today we're having a look at the DC-150a, a calculator from 1989, which is more than just a calculator and is in fact any physics teacher's dream. At only 7mm thick and weighing 43 grams, this would easily slip into any shirt pocket. Not only can it do usual calculator functions, this device can hold up to 50 phone numbers, which in a time before mobile phones is not to be sneered at. So let's take a look. So here's my rather tatty box, a nice picture of the device on the front, and on the back we've just got the barcode. There would have been an instruction manual in here, but I don't have it anymore. I'll put a link to one I found online below. It comes with this nice slim case. It slides in and is held by the plastic strap and the two corner bits. There's also a little section to put a business card in. The case itself is pretty rigid, but certainly not thick, so it's not going to add much when you put it in your pocket. So this mainly looks like a calculator with some letters across the top of the buttons. It's got a kappa key, which shows the capacity, a next key, although I have no idea what that actually does. It's also got a space key, and then at the top is a huge telephone button, a small secret button, an end/set button, and a reset hole. Flipping it over, on the back there are 6 screws to hold it together. Only 5, I've actually lost one. It uses a CR2025 battery, and it says on the back of here that it's 3 volts at 0.002 watts. According to Google, these batteries have a capacity of approximately 170 milliamp hours with a nominal voltage of 3 volts. That's 0.51 watt hours, giving a suggested life of 255 hours. Not too shabby. Switching it on, the LCD is very sharp. The calculator has a standard 8-digit display. It can display symbols on the upper line for subtraction, addition, multiplication and division. And if you exceed its numbers, it'll give you an E for error. It has a single memory with buttons for adding to the memory, subtracting from the memory, recalling the memory, and clearing the memory. So we've currently got 8 in the memory. If we want to add 20 to it, all we need to do is put 20 in, press M+, and it'll now add the 2 together. Memory recall shows us we've got 28. Equally, to subtract from that memory, all we need to do is put in a number and press memory minus, and then recall will show us we've now got minus 35. And if we want to clear the memory, MC will clear the memory. There's also a square root and percent function, and although it has an off button, it'll power itself off after about 5 minutes. But as I've already said, this is no ordinary calculator. So to add a new phone number, all you need to do is press End Set. You'll be greeted with data and a question mark and the little set icon here. Now you enter your first character. Then you've got to use the arrow key to move to the next character, and arrow, and so on and so forth. If you've gone wrong, you can use the arrows to go back and re-edit any characters. This first section can carry not just letters, but it can also carry symbols and even numbers. Once you've entered the name, moving across, you can move to the number section and then enter any numbers you wish. In the number area, you can use dashes and spaces to separate numbers, but obviously you can't add letters or plus symbols, for example. Once you've completed your input, all you need to do is press the big telephone button to add it to the memory. The top row has 8 alphanumeric characters, followed by 4 numbers, followed by another 8 numbers, so you can see up to 12 numbers at a time. You can actually input up to 36 numbers. The 50 capacity assumes that you use the 8 characters and up to 12 numbers. If you use more than that, it will take up 2 slots. To view your capacity, all you need to do is press the kappa button. Let's pop a couple more in and then look at retrieval. So to find an item, you can simply press the telephone button and then you can continue to press it and it will scroll through all the remaining items. You can jump to an item by putting in a letter and then pressing the phone item. It will then scroll through any that have the same starting letter before returning to scroll through the whole lot. The other option is, once you're on this phone screen, you can use the up-down arrows to scroll through the various entries. If your number is longer than 12 digits, as it is here, then we get a little arrow indicator. And now you can use the scrolling arrows to move across the numbers. And as you can see, it scrolls them across the bottom and then along the top. Once you reach the end, the arrow disappears. And of course, you can scroll back using the other arrow key. Should you need to edit an entry, you need to press the end set so it shows data, then press the phone key until you find the one, and then use the arrow key to go to the part you wish to edit. Once you're happy, all you do is press the phone key to store it again. If you don't like the edit you've made, simply press the AC and it'll jump back without saving anything. To delete an item, simply bring up the data, go to the one you wish to delete, then press C, which will erase the data within it. AC at this point will restore it, but pressing the telephone key will now erase it completely, so it's no longer in there. There is, of course, a secret key. Pressing the secret key the first time will take you to this screen, and here you're going to set your password. So I'm going to use A, D, G, just because it's the top 3 letters. Once you're happy with it, simply press the secret key and it will set it as your password. Be aware, once it's set, you can't actually change it, you can only reset the calculator and put a new one in. Now you're at this screen, information is entered in just the same way. When you enter an item, you don't press the secret key to save it, instead you press the telephone store. This is now saved in the secret area. To exit the secret area, you simply press the secret key. Now we're out of the secret area, we'll find that the rock is no longer there. Pressing the secret button brings up our password, ADG, and we're back in, and now when we scroll through, there's the rock. The other way to exit the secret area is to press the AC button. So this is very clearly designed as a calculator with some added functionality. The ability to store up to 36 numbers per entry allows other types of data to be inputted, and in the manual it gives the example of plane times or train time. I'm sure there are other suggestions out there as well. However, the 8-letter limit really restricts the type of data that you can actually input. And that's before we consider its limited amount of memory. This wasn't the first time Casio had bundled a calculator with databank functionality. That was the PF3000. The PF3000 included a memo function and scheduler as well as phone numbers. It was significantly larger and it was quite a lot more power hungry, so the batteries needed frequent replacement. As chips became smaller, more efficient and much cheaper towards the beginning of the 1990s, databanks would become more commonplace alongside PDAs. Some databanks would even be added to watches. All in all, I think you'll agree this is a very nice calculator. And if it was 1989, what a cool phone book to have. Do you think a device like this is still useful, or do you think it's just a reminder of how things were? Pop a comment below. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next video, or perhaps pop along to my homepage and see if anything piques your interest. This has been Handheld Computing. As always, my name's Hugh. Thanks for watching.